Be exposed to the raw danger of rope-free climbing in the Alps. Lose the controllers and play around in a magical lab. Explore the whole planet with personal tour guides. Learn to defend yourself. Immerse yourself in a hyper-realistic forest. Look down at Earth from the International Space Station, or just kick back and watch a 3D movie with friends from anywhere. There's an endless supply of relaxing, engaging, informative, and exciting ways to fully immerse yourself in VR for free on the Meta Quest 3, Quest 2, and the Quest Pro. I have tried countless different experiences over the last few months to pull together this list of the best of the best. Welcome to GameList Plus. I'm Josh, and here are 10 must-try Meta Quest 3 experiences. This video is focused on non-gaming experiences. Watch till the end to see a couple of bonus experiences that are absolutely mind-blowing. One of which is a free and actually more functional version of a major paid app. Let's get started. At number 10, Liminal VR. Liminal VR is an interactive virtual reality platform that gives you the chance to choose how you'd like to feel and guides you in that direction. You'll step through one of 6 portals for experiences that help you get some energy, feel amazed, get some pain relief, focus, or even help you get some sleep. Basically, this is a multifaceted experience that lets you try out all kinds of different settings and visual experiences that can be downright amazing. There's a rotating library of experiences that are mystical, thrilling, hypnotic, bizarre, colorful, and exciting. There's a lot to try out, including entire guided meditations. One of the coolest things about this is that each experience is something that you can rate at the end. So when you go to try out new things, you can look at the ratings that other people have given each experience and decide if it's worth your time or not. There are even some light gaming experiences in here that are more about the way they make you feel than the actual gaming itself, which is great because that's what this video is all about: experiences, not games. If you just want to zone out and try some new things, Liminal VR is definitely worth a try. Next up, at number 9, Bigscreen Beta. Join friends or strangers in over 20 unique environments where you can just sit down and watch a variety of movies and TV. Bigscreen Beta VR is not just about watching movies in VR, it's about creating a shared cinematic and social experience with friends, no matter where they are in the world. You can watch whatever you feel like and choose your setting. From a cozy living room to a grand auditorium to outer space, Bigscreen Beta makes this a virtual reality. Beyond movie nights, Bigscreen Beta VR offers various other functionalities. You can also play your favorite PC games on a giant virtual screen, hang out in public VR chat rooms and meet new people, jump in and watch a 3D movie with a group of online friends, and even watch a live rocket launch from NASA. You can even pull out a set of drawing utensils and draw in midair. Just don't block your neighbor's view of the screen. Bigscreen Beta VR also integrates with various streaming services, allowing you to watch your favorite movies and shows directly within the platform. How cool is it that you can fire up Pluto TV and match your environment to what you're watching, like classic Star Trek in outer space? This is such a nice way to immerse yourself in a TV show. Bigscreen Beta is an awesome non-gaming VR experience that you definitely don't want to miss out on. At number 8, Mission ISS. Mission ISS is an awesome virtual experience where you are plopped into the International Space Station with the ability to float around in the zero-gravity environment. You grab onto the walls to propel yourself forward and backward through the space in space. You can also complete simulated tasks by participating in astronaut training exercises, such as docking a cargo capsule or conducting a spacewalk. Along the way, you'll learn about space exploration and the International Space Station's role in scientific discovery. This experience is definitely not for the faint of heart, as the motion within it can be extremely disorienting, but it is very well worth it for a short-lived experience. I just highly suggest you try this one when you're sitting down on your couch. I love just pulling up to the window and looking down at Earth below. It is really a worthwhile VR experience for that alone. Next, at number 7, Pollinator Park. Pollinator Park is a fascinating and educational interactive walkthrough ecosystem. It's kind of like a biodome in the middle of a desert. As you walk around, you'll learn all about the various aspects of pollination in the world and how different types of bees and other creatures cross-pollinate plants and create fresh new ecosystems. Step by step, as you go through the park, you'll encounter various interactive sections within the experience that really are entertaining and sometimes beautiful. It also gives a rather bleak reality check, showing what could really happen in just a short amount of years with a lack of pollinators. When I first fired this experience up, I actually really thought it seemed boring and went on to something else. But once I gave it another chance, it completely blew me away. Not only does it give you a unique opportunity to connect with nature, but it also helps you become an advocate for conservation. It's captivating, light, engaging, and knowledge-building entertainment that is well worth your time. Next, at number 6, The Soloist. When I was a kid, I lived in a very small town on the side of a mountain where there were lots of rock formations in the high Sierras that I would climb up with my friend Luke. We would often climb very steep and dangerous cliffs without any ropes or equipment, but we just didn't know any better. At one point, we climbed to a cliff that landed us on the edge of a road that wasn't anywhere close to this park that his family and my family were all hanging out at. Our parents definitely had to drive all the way up there to save us. We both got grounded, but yeah, we definitely were much more safe from then on, but we would still do some crazy stuff. So obviously, I have always been fascinated with climbing since I was really young. With the VR experience, The Soloist, I experienced a flash of what my life might have turned out like if I had taken climbing seriously into adulthood. It really takes you on an incredible journey with Alex Honnold, the famous climber who was the star of the Oscar-winning documentary Free Solo. This is basically the VR experience version of that. Visually experiencing the ways that this man climbs without any ropes or equipment is really just awe-inspiring. Not to mention the incredible views from high on the cliffs. There are no crazy fast movements of any kind to make you feel sick, thankfully, but if you are afraid of heights, this might just be the right tool to help you get over the fear in a beautiful and death-defying way. This is an experience you do not want to miss in VR. There are some beautiful vistas to experience in this. To access this, you just need to go to the app MetaQuest TV, which is pre-installed on your Quest. Then you just type in The Soloist and jump right in. You will not regret it. Very quickly, if you are enjoying this video, now is the perfect time for you to hit that like button. It really does help the channel. Also, don't forget to hit subscribe so you can see all my upcoming videos. Anyway, at number 5, Elixer. Elixer is basically a fun and fantastic hand tracking demo to show what you can do in VR using just your hands without holding the controllers. This short and sweet demo starts you out with some basic instructions on how to teleport from area to area, then pops you in the center of a fantastic magical lab. You then interact with various aspects of the lab like shining crystals, electrical conduits, molten lava, and some strange creatures along the way. It's nothing all that crazy as an experience, it's rather short. But it is very well worth your time to experience the fun ways you can use your hands within VR without having to hold on to the controllers. It really does show how much the future holds in terms of hand tracking technology. It's done in such a fun and colorful way that it really does leave you wanting more. At number 4, Anne Frank House VR. Not all things on this list are super cheerful and colorful, but are experiences that should not be missed. Anne Frank House VR is definitely that. In this virtual tour of the Anne Frank House in Amsterdam, you will learn about the dark history during World War II, when Jews had to hide from the Nazi soldiers so they would not get cast into concentration camps. I remember the movie The Hiding Place from when I was a kid that was the story of Anne Frank and her family. This VR experience takes you on a journey with readings from her diary, where she talks about her experience there in this tiny hidden house within a house. It's rather powerful to see the space that they actually lived in as you hear the specifics of what it was like to be in that place at that time. It's a fascinating look of what life was like not that long ago for people not that different from us. As much as it's not a light experience, it is beautifully done, well acted, and quite eye-opening. On to a much lighter experience at number 3, Wooorld. Wooorld is a captivating social exploration experience. This is basically a 3D replica of the entire Earth, which is amazing, where you can not only explore iconic landmarks and hidden gems, but also connect and interact with people from all over the globe. It's really cool. This is one of those unique experiences that you can only have in VR. They take Google Earth and integrate a social aspect that makes it super engaging and interesting. You have a giant flat plate that is the map that you can use in mixed reality with your space, create your own room that people can join, then give them a personal tour of places you've been, tell them stories about things you did when you were there, or instead do the same thing in someone else's room where they can tell you all about the history of the place where they grew up. This is truly one of the most interesting and engaging social experiences out there. Not only is it fascinating to explore by yourself, but getting a tour from people who have actually been to those places is a really awesome, mind-expanding experience. There are also games to play and computer-led tours of major landmarks. Sometimes though, it's just fun to hop around in the world and see various landmarks and enjoy the 3D maps of places like New York City or Tokyo. Wooorld is the kind of VR experience that can appeal to anyone, especially non-gamers. At number 2, Fight Back. Fight Back is a rather strange, ethereal experience in VR where you face a series of dark beings and learn various ways to defend yourself from their constant attacks. This is another very well-crafted hand-tracking experience in VR. You use your finger formations to create an explosive force field, a 3-dimensional energy shield, and other cool combinations. This is a very nice looking and cool experience that does feel a bit like a game, but it really is more of an instructional series of events. You start out just floating out in space and then travel to a series of dark voids to fight off these dark beings with the guidance of these ethereal women. With each section, you will learn a new skill that you can use to fight back. This is actually a very mild self-defense lesson which finishes up with a nicely delivered message about standing up for yourself while highlighting women in history. Very cool and definitely worth your time. And don't worry, even if you get yourself knocked out, there's a powerful hand gesture you can use to bring yourself right back and continue the fight. It is very cool. There's also a full 3 to 5 hour video game from the same creators called Masters of Light with all kinds of extra powers and actual levels to progress through that you might want to check out as well. And finally, at number 1, VR Animation Player. Very easily the most immersive and enjoyable non-gaming experience on the Quest 3 for me is the VR animation player. With it, you can explore a seemingly endless variety of artistic animated environments. You use the control panel to jump from one to the next, where you can control the angle or camera moves to fully immerse yourself in each and every art piece. There are entire stories and animated shorts to be experienced, and tons of three-dimensional drawings and animations that you have the opportunity to jump between. This is my favorite way to find some awe-inspiring and straightforward, crisp and cool entertainment in VR. Yes, it's nice to play an immersive game, but if you just feel like kicking back and being amazed in VR, VR Animation Player is always a great choice. Something that I didn't realize when I first started using the animation player is that there's a little checkbox in the corner. You definitely want to click HD to make sure you can improve it to the best quality. It really looks way better. And be sure to check out this awesome series from Studio Zero about Soda Island that has all kinds of cool and interesting animation experiences from the same little universe. Every time I get on here, I get swept away into all the various strange creations that come from people's minds into VR. The sheer variety of visual moments is really crazy. I absolutely love that this is a major creative outlet that was previously unexplored before VR. There's just something very different and amazing about being able to be inside a 3D painting or drawing. It really is one of the best things out there. All the things on this list are fantastic VR experiences. Now here are a couple of bonuses that I also want to mention, one of which is the amazing and totally free OpenBrush. I debated putting this in the top 10 as it's one of the reasons I wanted to try VR in the first place years ago. There is a $20 paid app that I saw originally that is called Tilt Brush on the Quest Store that is essentially the same thing. OpenBrush is the newest version, and it is completely free on the App Lab. You can even turn on mixed reality experiences on the Quest 3 and paint within your own living room in open free space, which is so cool. This is truly one of the most incredible things I have ever experienced in VR. There's just something so magical about taking a brush and painting within 3D space directly in front of you. Expand to make fine details or shrink the image to get to different perspectives and create anything your mind can imagine. Now you yourself can add to the vast array of VR animations and drawings from the #1 experience on today's list. Not only do you have the ability now to view everyone else's work, but you as an artist can add to the vast world of VR immersion yourself. And finally, I just want to mention an awesome new tech demo that's available through the App Lab called Forest Oniri Tech Demo. This amazing tech demo shows off the technical capabilities of the Quest 3 like I have never seen before. This rivals some of the tech demos I've seen running on PC VR, which is very impressive indeed. I mean, just look at it. It's stunning. The lighting, everything, it's fantastic. I am excited to see what the future holds. Granted, you can see the little glitches and splits in reality there, but it's pretty amazing that the Quest 3 can even accomplish this. I highly suggest you check it out ASAP, as looking at it on a flat screen just doesn't do it justice. I am including the links to all these experiences in the description below, because some of them are really not readily available on the MetaQuest store from just an initial search. Instead, they're in the App Lab, so if you just click the links below, you can add them to your library directly. So there you have it, 10 must-try MetaQuest 3 experiences. I tried out so many different things, and there are a lot more interesting things out there, but these really are what stood out the most to me as the things that every Quest owner really should try out. But that's just what I think. What do you think? Which of these experiences have you tried and enjoyed the most? Is there another non-gaming experience that you think should have been included in this list? Let's talk about it in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time on GameList Plus.
It's very meta.
Yeah.
I'm watching myself in 3D.